It is the sound that makes fugitives a little bit nervous all over Northeast Ohio. Are they up next on Cuyahoga's Most Wanted? Every week we work with Crimestoppers of Cuyahoga County as well as the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department to try and get three fugitives off our street and into a courtroom. They are innocent until proven guilty, but when you are facing charges like our three fugitives today, they don't deserve to be on the street. They need to be in front of a judge. Let's welcome in, as we do every week, Detective Red Dyer from the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department. Detective, thanks for joining us yet again today.
Thank you, Dan.
Let's talk about this partnership. We like to remind our viewers that watch, hopefully some of them watch every week because there is reward money involved. Why do we keep up this partnership? It's been years and years. We have featured hundreds and hundreds of fugitives.
Well, Dan, as you like to bring up, our numbers just keep getting better. The community engagement is just, it's unbelievable. These people want to get involved to help solve these cases. They want to clean up their neighborhoods, build community trust with us. It also opens up the potential for a reward, which we'll get into a little later. Oh, and we can't forget, it gets justice for these victims.
Absolutely, it does. A 78% capture rate. We were at 75 for quite a while. We are now at a 78% capture rate, whether that's directly or indirectly from being featured here on Cuyahoga's Most Wanted. But it is such a powerful tool that detectives from all over the county are asking that their fugitives be featured here on Channel 19. That's how incredible this program is. That's how incredible Crimestoppers is. That's the real key here, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's get to our first of three fugitives for the week, Detective. Let's talk about Shannon Bonner. What do we know?
Well, Dan, what we know about Shannon Bonner is that in December of 2025, he actually pled guilty to trafficking offenses, having weapons while under disability, endangering children, and failure to comply. According to reports in that case, a search warrant was served at a residence in Maple Heights, and Shannon Bonner was arrested on outstanding warrants. During the search, a firearm and ammunition were located, as well as fentanyl, crack, cocaine, digital scales, packing material, Suboxone strips, as well as $89,000 in cash. He failed to appear for court, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He also has a warrant with the Adult Parole Authority for a parole violation. He's approximately 5'11 and 170 pounds, and he was last known to be staying in the 25,000 block of Lakeshore Boulevard in the city of Euclid.
When you're caught with that many drugs and that much money and packing materials and scales, it is not hard to figure out what he was doing. Let's get to our next fugitive, Brandon Ellison. What do we know?
Well, Dan, in 2012, Brandon Ellison was actually convicted of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor and served a sentence at the Lorraine Correctional Institution. According to reports, the victim was under the age of 16, and I know how passionately our community feels about protecting our children. Reports state that after Brandon forced the victim into his home, he proceeded to force them to do several obscene acts. As part of his post release control, he's required to register as a sex offender, but he has not complied with this, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He actually has an extensive criminal history as well, dating back to 2008. He's 5'9 and 129 pounds, and we do not have a last known address for him, making it imperative that we locate him.
Yeah, sex offenders register for a number of reasons when they are out on the street and can't be found. That's a dangerous situation. This third fugitive, Red, we've featured all kinds of criminals and alleged criminals on this segment. This one, never quite seen anything like this. We don't get an extraordinary amount of women fugitives, and then on top of that, to have this one accused of sex crimes against a minor and recording those crimes, that is something we want the community's help with. And we're going to get to that third and final case after we take a quick break. We will be right back. And welcome back to Cuyahoga's Most Wanted. We're going to get to our third and final case. And Detective mentioned this earlier, Detective Dyer. We see an increase in community activity around these cases when they involve children. It's sort of that final push. If it's a criminal that's wanted on drug charges, maybe people don't feel compelled to act. But when it is a sex crime, of this nature against a child, it really lights a fire under people wanting to get justice for that child and to get this person off our street. This case is really one of the more egregious we have seen here on Cuyahoga's Most Wanted. Detective, let's get to our third and final fugitive. What do we know about Julia Shriver?
Well, Dan, there's a lot to unpack here because Julia Shriver actually has 5 active warrants with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department. In one case, she pled guilty to attempted assault on a peace officer and theft, and reports in that case state that she kicked an officer in the forehead as the officer attempted to stand her up while she resisted arrest. In another case, she pled guilty to drug possession, where court documents indicate that she was in possession of cocaine, heroin, and a fentanyl-related compound. These are dangerous drugs, Dan, that we don't want to see on our streets or in our communities. And in another case, it's alleged that she performed an obscene act on a minor while another person recorded it. She cut off her GPS monitor in this case, and a warrant was issued for her arrest. She also has warrants with Lakewood Police and Middleburg Heights for failure to appear, so they'll also want to speak with her. She's approximately 5'2" and 115 pounds and was last known to be staying in the 25,000 block of Lakeshore Boulevard in the city of Euclid.
Hard to stomach someone that could do that, and then to think about the person who was recording that sex act also makes my stomach turn. She is facing 4 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, as well as a lot of the other charges that we were just talking about there. Detective, we hope that people want to get involved. We know there's street code and you're not supposed to snitch and all this stuff, but that's why this program works, is because the Crimestoppers of Cuyahoga County wants the callers to know they can remain completely anonymous. Why does this program work? Walk us through what happens when somebody calls the tip line.
Well, Dan, when you call the tip line, as we discuss every week, but for our new viewers, we don't record the phone calls. We don't take down your name. We don't take down any personal identifying information or have caller ID. In fact, when you call us, we provide you with an anonymous tip number, so that way your information with us is never exchanged.
And that tip number is sort of like a tracking number on a package. Call back in 45 days, call back in 2 months. See if it was your tip by giving them that number. You might be saying, well, how am I going to find out if I am eligible for that reward if they didn't have my name? No, that's why you get a tracking number, a claim number to call back in and see if it was your tip that led to that arrest. Detective, this is about cleaning up our streets. It's about getting justice for the victims, but it's also about a potential reward of up to $5,000. What do you want people to know?
That crime doesn't pay, but Crimestoppers does.
Absolutely does. An incredible team at Crimestoppers, women and men all over Cuyahoga County, detectives, the warrant unit. They are phenomenal people, and all they need is that one little tip. Maybe you know where that person's hiding out. Maybe that person has a job where they work under the table and they're being undetected. They're not paying taxes so that they don't get caught. It is one simple phone call to Crimestoppers that can get them off the street. 216-252-7463 is that number. Detective, it's another week. It's another 3 fugitives. Let's hope we can bump up that 78% capture rate. Thanks for joining us. Let's go out and get them.
Thank you.
All right, take care, Red. That's going to wrap it up for the week. Again, you get to remain anonymous. Don't think that your name is going to end up in some court file, that somebody's going to find out who you were when they go to court and they get arrested. That's not how it works. That's why we have such a high percentage rate of 78%. It is just about a half an hour from 3 o'clock. That's when we start 3.5 hours of news and first alert weather. Boy, has it been cold, and yet tomorrow, Saturday morning, probably the coldest days we've seen yet, if you can believe that. So make sure you tune in to 19 News at 3. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great day.